Om Guruve Namaha. Today I thought I'll speak a little bit about Surya, or rather the role of Surya in our horoscope and how is it aligned to the Lokapalas. Or simply put, are we listening to what Surya is telling us to do? Or in other words, are we aligning ourselves or the daily work what we do according to the energy of Surya and the Lokpalas, also called as the Dikpalas. So in traditional Jyotish, we know that there are three reference points. And these three reference points are very important to analyze a horoscope. The three reference points are Lagna, Chandra Lagna and Surya Lagna. While Chandra Lagna reference is all about self, Lagna is self, what the self wants, what is my attitude towards all the 12 bhavas. Chandra Lagna is all about the interplay of the manas, or the mind and the heart combination, what does it want? And in this process, many people actually have really not looked at the Surya Lagna part of it. Surya Lagna is basically responsible for how our resources are coming from. And because Surya is the creator of all the resources, it becomes very important for us to understand a horoscope starting from the position Surya is placed in. When we take a deep dive into the Surya point of view, we understand primarily not just the 12 houses from Surya, but more importantly, the Kendras from Surya. Kendras, as we know, are the houses 1, 4, 7 and 10. These houses from Surya Lagna are the Kendras, or rather Surya has created these 4 Kendras from wherever Surya is placed, so that Surya can get his work done. Hence, if we understand what each Kendra Surya stands for, and if we can map the Lokapala to the Kendras, we can understand what Surya wants us to do and what is the kind of work Surya wants us to do in a 24-hour time span of a day. So hence our focus today will be the 1, 4, 7 and 10 houses from Surya. Wherever Surya is placed, that place stands for creation, or there is a lot of creative activity that actually goes on in that particular place. Again, we are not looking at from Lagna, but we are looking at wherever with the reference of the placement of Surya in the Rashi chart. So wherever Surya is placed is the domain of Brahma, and hence there is a huge Rajasic activity or the desire to create. This is what is called the power of Savitur, and the Lokpala Devata or a deity is Indra. The creation, unlike many people think, the creation actually does not start right away at the time of sunrise. But rather, the sunrise actually I beg your pardon, the creation actually starts about 1.5 hours or 90 minutes prior to sunrise. So if we assume that the sunrise is at about 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m., then the intense creation or the creative energy starts at about 4:30 a.m. every morning. Hence, Surya is in a creation mode as per as the Brahma's desire, and this creation process is facilitated by the Dikpala Indra. So what is being created? Time itself is getting created. The month, the year, or the samvatsara, the seasons, everything is in creation mode. That is, the highest energy of Savitur is said to be the reason for this particular time span, which starts at about 4:30 till about sunrise. This is also called as the Brahma Muhurta or a Brahma Muhurta. Since this span of time has got everything to do about creation, one's own learning must be aligned to this time window or time span window. Our morning rituals, our morning japas, our morning meditation, the morning sadhanas must all be started and done within the 1.5 hours from 4:30 in the morning. This is how we utilize the best power of Agni, because during the time of 4:30 in the morning till about sunrise, the power of Agni or the Tattva is Agni, and Agni is best suited for knowledge. Hence, the Surya position is all about. Hence, this Surya position, wherever Surya is at sunrise, 1.5 hours before sunrise, is all about Agni Tattva. Students who wake up and start learning their daily lessons during this time period will not be able to forget whatever they have learnt. Students of college, students of Jyotish who start reading even one Jyotish dictum during this particular span of time, try to understand the concept of whatever they are learning at this particular point in time. They can make sure that this knowledge is never forgotten. Of course, nowadays, I can say it for a guarantee that 90% of the students have never seen a sunrise, leave alone 1.5 hours before sunrise, because usually they get up at 8 o'clock. Some probably get up at 12 in the noon. So what actually is happening is the dinacharya is actually misplaced or misaligned to what the rule of Surya is. So what happens is, again, I see, coming back to the students, I see a lot of nowadays, I see a lot of things like, let us burn the midnight oil, let us do night outs, let's do combined study, let's all start in the evening and study through the night. And this kind of procedure where during the creative Agni Tattva process, if somebody is sleeping, any other time the person reads will not be as fruitful as it would be during the Brahma Muhurta. And obviously, because of this, students go to the exam, they get tensed at the end of it, and they forget a lot of things that they have learned. So the best thing is, this is an example as to how our dinacharya, how our daily activity must be aligned to what the energy of the tattva of Surya and the Lokpala Devata. Once the sunrise creation process is done, then the 4th house from Surya is the time of mid-noon. When noon time arrives, this maps to the 4th house from Surya, from wherever Surya position is. This energy is more of sustenance, and the Lokpala Devata is Vishnu. This time, midday, is all about sustenance. It's not really about creation, it is about sustenance. The most fundamental of sustenance is that of eating. This is the power of Vishnu. This is the power of Vishnu Gayatri. Like in the morning, the Brahma Gayatri had the power of Savitur Gayatri. The midday has the power of Vishnu Gayatri. This is the time where your work, whatever area of work you do, whether you are a software engineer, whether you are a civil engineer, mechanical, or even a student, this is the time where your activity is at the highest peak. Jobs are getting done at this particular time at ferocious speed. There is a lot of meetings you attend, and there's a lot of deals that you have to make, and etc. etc. A lot of things. This is the action. This is the action that is happening at this particular point in time. During noon, the earth is most visible, and hence there is a huge amount of Prithvi Tattva at midday. Now, Prithvi Tattva is at the highest peak. The Prithvi Tattva is controlled by the Devata called Kubera, who stands for just not money, wealth, and actually all means of resource creation. This midday is also called as Abhijit. It is also Abhijit, where all the work that starts actually ends up in huge success. This is fourth from Surya and Prithvi Devata, and all the sustenance is actually being done with the help of Kubera. People who have attended my Dashamsha conference way back in 2015, if I'm right, if my memory serves me right, people who have attended that Dashamsha conference will recollect that how I taught to map Surya to a particular Dashamsha deity so that jobs can be created. This is the most fundamental remedy for those people who have difficulty in getting a job. If you are following the astrological e-magazine, the November 2019 issue carried my article titled A Step-by-Step Guide to Decode Career Through Dashamsha Devatas. And this article actually happened to feature as a cover story. So these are some of the other resources where you can take a more deep dive into how Surya and Dashamsha and the Dashamsha Devata all come together for your job creation, job sustenance, etc. Finally, not finally, beg your pardon. So once there is noon time has passed, the next major junction is the time for sunset. And this maps to the 7th house from Surya position. This is the time where you start winding up your work. You scale down whatever you are doing gradually. This is the energy of Rudra, controlled by Vayu Tattva, which is the deity, Vayu Tattva, and the deity is Varuna, which is of the west. This is a time where you really wind up, scale down things, and because the controlling deity is Varuna, it is the time where you think, oh, it is time for me to go home. Take the journey towards home. This is the desire to take rest or wind down the activities which was at the peak at the time of noon. So we actually start with a huge amount of creation. Then there is a peak of at midday. There is a peak of the highest peak of work, and then you slowly, gradually towards the sunset, you wind up things. This is the 7th from Surya, also called as Asta. This has the energy of Rudra. And the next junction happens at midnight, where this midnight has the highest energy of coldness. It has a lot of cold attribute to it. This is the Shakti of Kali. And this is the state of deep sleep. Circling back to the sunset, which is 7th from Surya, this has the power of Shiva Gayatri. This is a wonderful time where you go back to home, you reach home from your office, then you take a bath, and it's a wonderful time to do Panchakshari or Shadakshari of Shiva Mantra, depending on your initiation rules. So coming back, the midnight, as I was saying, it has the highest energy of coldness. This is the Shakti of Kali, and this is a time of deep slumber, deep sleep. This is the time, this is the Tattva which dominates, is called the Jala Tattva. And this actually, what is happening is at this particular point of time is our entire internal body is getting revitalized or regenerated. This is the domain of Lokpala Devata, which is Yama. And every night, every midnight, there is a decision Yama has to take, whether your body has to regenerate to see the next day, or is it that is the end. So if it is the end, it is an end. But if it is not, then Yama actually blesses you so that your body gets revitalized, so that you have you have the energy to face the challenge the next day throws at you. So the regeneration or the revitalization is the reformation of our energy to face another battle of a day. Now the main learning of all this is simple. Let us try to align our life to the energies of Surya, and hence getting the blessings of the Lokpala deities. If we manage to do so, then each Surya Kendra, 1, 4, 7, 10 from Surya, is going to make us more positive in life. Creation is going to be excellent. Sustenance, the work we do at the peak is going to be very productive. You know how to complete a job correctly and within time, which is at sunset. So it is not that you leave a job for another day. So whatever work from the creation you have started comes to a natural and a very ideological, very nice ending at midnight, at sunset, and finally you get revitalized. So this is going to be even more productive if you have already been initiated into a particular bija mantras of these 4 important junctions of time. So let us make our life aligned as per as the movement of the great Surya, and to unlock the prosperity and the wonders of life. Thank you for listening. Namaste. Om Gurve Namah.